welcome to Summit City Sports coverage of Summit Athletic Conference football. Week 2 tonight at historic Southside High Schools. It's a perfect night for football on SummitCitySports.com. Each wants to win badly tonight, especially the Archers on their home field. Should be an interesting matchup as both squads are hungry for a win. Last year, Northrop got the best of the Archers, 35-20. The Archer faithful are here tonight. Seniors are out on the middle of the field waving their Southside banners as the Southside Archers get further instructions and pump each other up right there at the center of the field. The Archers are coached by Roosevelt Barnes, who is 6-27 overall. And while the overall record is not good, the Archers did beat their arch rival, Northside, last year. And they had a big upset win over Leo last year in opening round of the sectional game. The Archers are hoping for their first winning season in 7 years. Meanwhile, the Bruins are coached by Jason Dorfler, who is surrounded by 4 other former head coaches, including Jason's dad, who is the Bruins defensive coordinator. Former Southside head coach Mike Chevron is also on the Northrop staff. Dorfler, 6-25, now in his 4th year, and he's trying to get the Bruins above 500 for a season for the first time since 2003. We want to thank our sponsors tonight for tonight's contest, Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center Inc. Both the Bruins and the Archers have new quarterbacks this year. Southside's offense is now led by Omar Jackson. Perhaps the unsung hero in the SAC, at least that's what the pig says, will be Markalen Harrison. He is going to have to do better than he did last week. He only picked up 38 yards on 16 carries. Great kid, great leader. Feet never stop running. Southside is trying a new defense this year after running the 4-2-5 last year. The Archers going to a 4-3 with 2-year starter Gerald Little, who I think I saw was on crutches on the sidelines, but also Taj Alford in the middle. Northrop, they too replacing their quarterback Garrett Shanley, who threw for 1,964 yards and 15 touchdowns last season, but he's now playing baseball at the University of Cincinnati. Senior Gavin Shanley, Garrett's younger brother, is now stepping into the role. He can get outside of the pocket when the need arises. Last week he was 12 for 24 with 176 yards, 1 TD with no interceptions. In the backfield for the Bruins will be Keyshawn Edwards. Last week he ran 14 times for 48 yards. His long was 17 yards. He did have 1 touchdown and 1 fumble. The captains are now marching to the center of the field where they're meeting with the head of officials. Looks like with some other Southside VIPs. The Archers are in their customary green helmets with the Archer, or the arrowhead, and the S on the side. This year they have gray uniforms with green letters and white trim. Frankly, it's going to be a little difficult for this announcer to see those numbers as the night progresses. But they didn't ask me, and so we'll do our best. Looks like Southside is going to receive the opening kickoff. The Northrop Bruins, they're in white with their orange helmets. I believe that's a paw print for a Bruin on the side of their helmet. They have brown letters with orange striping. So now as the VIPs exit the field, we're about ready to get started tonight here on Summit City Sports. And other action around the SAC, we have Carroll at Snyder, Concordia at Homestead, Northrop Dwenger, and Wayne at Lures. Deep for the Archers to receive, we have Thomas Davis. With one other Archer back there. Again, it's hard for me to see. And here we go. Nice kickoff drives the Archer all the way back to the goal line. He comes out to the 10, 15. Looks like he's going to get it wrapped up. Looks like they're going to place him at the 17-yard line where Omar Jackson will come out along with Markalen Harris then in the background or backfield to try to get the Archers moving. Last week against Concordia, the Archers were able to get a first down, 1 of 7 on their first possession, but then the offense somewhat stalled. Meanwhile, the Coach Dorfler's defense, they captured a fumble in the first possession for Homestead and ended up taking a two-score lead. The Archers have a quick handoff to the fullback. That's number 14. Keshawn Bass, the fullback for the Archers. So it's 2nd and 7, just starting, 11:35 left here in the first quarter. The Archers are going from right to left or from south to north to start off this first quarter. Handed off to Markalen Harrison. He's stopped by number 10. Greg Humphrey, that's an Archer. Number 10, Gavin Schreiber. First games of the season are always, actually the second game, but it's always a little nerve-wracking as we try to get back in the rhythm of calling football versus basketball, soccer, or volleyball. Pleased that you've joined us here on this evening. Throw intended by Jackson went over on Marin Green's head. So that's going to be 4th down and 6 That will bring in the punter for the Archers, Xavier Pedroza, number 83. Back for the Bruins, we have number 7, Devin Berry, and number 21, Keyshawn Edwards. Edwards is the running back for the Bruins. Drops it, but he gets it away. And the ball is going to be touched by Edwards and picked up by an Archer. So a turnover. The big defensive play for the Archers, Eric Winborn. Eric is a junior, and boy, is he excited. And all of a sudden, the Archers go from about the 10-yard line to Northrop's 45. Edwards just misjudged the ball, went off the tips of his fingers, and Winborn was there. So the Archers get some new life. See if the Archers can capitalize. Markalen Harrison nearly wrapped up, but he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage and more just with sheer effort. Ball is going to be placed at the 43-yard line. Will be 2nd down and 8, according to the scoreboard. Omar Jackson with Harrison behind him. He's got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. He's quick dump out to Merritt Everett. And there is a penalty on the play. Everett Merritt picked that. Looks like he almost got to the first down, but whether or not that penalty is on the Archers, there is a Northrop Bruin down. We want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine for their trainers that are at each practice and each game to support these athletes. Again, it's always tough on one of the initial plays of the game to see a Bruin down. Coach Dorfler comes across the field to check on his player as the 3 Parkview Sports Medicine trainers attend to the injured player. I did not see his number.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision. So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Oh. Two. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Starting quarterback last week went 12 of 24 for 176 yards with 1 touchdown and no interceptions. So we'll see if he comes back out on the play. That penalty was called on the Archers, so it was called back, and so it's 2nd down and 14. Once again, Omar Jackson now looks to change the play. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Jackson throws, and it's intercepted by the number 56 for the Bruins. Tyron Atkins, 6'2", 215-pound senior offensive lineman and defensive end. Omar Jackson, who's only, I believe, 5'9", just didn't throw it high enough to get it up over his head. So both teams now have exchanged a fumble and an interception to start this game. Now Edwards, who had made the earlier fumble. There is a flag on the play. Edwards cuts back, goes out of bounds about the 8, but will it be called back? There is some dirty laundry on the field, a yellow flag. There's going to be a holding against the Bruins, so that's going to nullify a huge run where Edwards went out of bounds at the 10-yard line, so almost a 41-yard scamper. It's going to be called back. So costly penalty. You could tell that Edwards was running with a little extra mustard there after fumbling that initial punt return. So now we have one turnover apiece for the Archers and for the Bruins. So it'll be first down and 11 at the 48-yard line. Bailey Merso is in to quarterback. He did get into the game last week, intended for number 1, Ben Aruza, 5'11", 175-pound senior, but it's just out of reach. As I said, Merzo for the Bruins, he got in last week. I believe he was 1 of 4. If you're just joining us, Gavin Shanley was injured on the previous one of the defensive plays for the Bruins. Merso has 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. He's going to hand it off to Edwards. Edwards tries to go up the middle, dances around. He is going to get back to the line of scrimmage and pick up maybe 2 or 3. Looks like the ball is going to be placed at the 48-yard line, and it's going to be third down and 7 with the ball at the 48-yard line. Last year, the Northrop Bruins offense averaged 28.8 points a game. Merso steps up in the pocket, dumps it. Oh, nice catch by number 4, Ty Smith, 6'4", 205-pound wide receiver who's a senior. And what a heartbreaker for the Archers. He's going to get about more than he needed, and going to give his Bruin teammates new fresh set of downs. So the ball's now at the Archers 39. The Archers had him gobbled up, and Merso was able to get rid of it. Now Merso back in the pocket. Edwards behind him, hands off, and it's about the same play that he got the big yardage, and he's going to score. Yes. Edwards scampers almost 40 yards on that play. So it's 7:57. The Bruins are going to take a quick 6-0 lead. So again, 7:57, that was Edwards. And the extra point is no good. So Northrop has 6, Southside nothing, 7:57 left here in the first quarter. once again, we want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine for their sponsorship of tonight's action and all the action that's aired on SummitCitySports.com. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletes and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Northrop will kick it off to the Archers. 2 Archers are deep. Nice boot. Going to drive the Archer. Actually, it's going to go over his head. Bajorek, also on the Northrop Bruin soccer team, kicks it out of the end zone, so the Archers will take over 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line, trying to get their offense on track, which did not score any points last week against Concordia. In fact, that's one of the questions that the Pig had this week as he projected that Northrop would win by 13. The Pig questioned whether or not South could score enough points to make this a game. Hand off to Markalen Harrison. Breaks it through the line. Looks like he's going to pick up about 6 yards. He'll bring 2nd down and 4. Nice hole on the right side for the Archers. Omar Jackson, just a junior, and he really had no snaps last year, or many of them. So he's still learning. Markalen's going to pick up the 1st down and more. He heads down the right-hand sideline. Just a couple Bruins to beat. They are going to pull him down. Almost a 40-yard pickup for Markalen Harrison. And the ball is going to be put down at the 42-yard line of the Bruins. So after last week being bottled up with only about 40 yards, Markalen Harrison picks up a big 1st down and his biggest run of the season. Now with 7:02, flip back to Markalen Harrison, but the Northrop Bruins were there to snuff that out. Number 44, Chris Thomas, 5'10", 185-pound freshman there to stop Harrison with about a 6-yard loss. So it's 2nd and 15. Omar Jackson has 2 receivers left and right. Markalen Harrison to his right side. Hands off. Markalen cuts through the middle, trying to get in the outside, then cuts back into the middle. He's tackled by several Bruins, specifically number 57 was there, Colin Miller, a 6', 240-pound senior. Harrison picks up about 7, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 as one of the Archers is trying to get off the field before the 25-second clock. Oh, and Omar Jackson looks like he's going to pull one of the Bruins, 2 of the Bruins off sides. So that will be a 5-yard penalty as the official will mark that off and put the ball down at the 35-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Archers. Jackson comes from this west sideline where he gets the play. We have one receiver here to the near side, 3 to the right. Markalen Harrison behind Omar. Omar hands it off to Markalen Harrison, who's, oh no, that's number 34, and he breaks a couple tackles. Number 34, that's Daniel Olds, a junior for the Archers. There is a flag on the play. See who that's against. See it on the far side. The officials conferring who it's against, and it's going to be against the Archers. So that offensive penalty is going to probably march the Archers back after securing a first down. They're going to march that ball back 5 yards, if I understand this correctly. The Archers are definitely going backwards, and the ball is going to be placed at the 40-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 8, I believe. Again, nice run by number 34, Daniel Olds. Olds is still in the game, with 3 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the near side. And Jackson's going to hold it. And he's going to pick up maybe 4 on the play, get the ball to maybe the 36-yard line. It is going to be 4th and about 6, I think. 4th and 4. And Southside's going to send in their punter. Or wait a minute, they're actually going to send in Xavier Pedroza to try about a 54-yard field goal. This would be amazing. He's got the distance. Oh, no, just shy. Wow, Pedroza came just shy of the goalpost. That was a beautiful kick, but just shy. And so Northrop will get the ball and take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. I must confess, I had no idea that that's what happened after you missed a field goal. I always thought it was from the placement of the ball, but I'm sure that's in pro football, so I'm learning perhaps with you, or perhaps you already knew that. Merceau still in there and he's going to air it out, and it looks like it could be oh, it is intercepted! Oh my goodness! Once again, Eric Winborn deflects it, and then it's intercepted by number 11, Omar Jackson, who had went up with the receiver. So 2nd turnover for the Bruins. And there's going to be a holding called on the Bruins. But what an incredible play at the 4:12 mark for that interception. Hopefully you'll be able to see the replay on that. That's amazing. That ball was thrown way up in the air. And again, Eric Wilborn, he got his hands on it first, and then the quarterback, who is playing safety for the Archers, he fell on it, and now it's Archer ball, 1st and 10. Hand off this time to Markalen Harrison. It's going to pick up about 5 or 6. Looks like the ball is going to be placed at the 39-yard line of the Bruins. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Harrison had stepped out the last 2 plays, but he's now back in there. We've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. Omar Jackson looking at his wrist, perhaps changing the play. Markalin looking for the hole. And he's going to get out perhaps to the 39-yard line. Looks like he's going to be maybe just shy. Or will they give him a first down? We'll see here. The officials are looking over at the sideline. They might need to bring out the chain gang. Nope. They're going to say it's third down and just maybe 6 inches. 2 receivers to the far side. 1 here to the near side. 3:04. Time ticking down. 16 seconds on the play clock. Omar hands it off to Markalin. Bust up into the middle. And he's going to have a first down for the Archers. Archers are definitely getting a lot more traction in the running game compared to last week against the Concordia Cadets. Number 71, big dude in the middle, Noah Elkins, comes in for the Archers. Markalin Harrison deep in the backfield. Jackson, quick pass out to Marin Green. Going to try to get to the outside. He's taken down by number 44, Chris Thomas. Freshman, been on a couple plays already. Freshman for the Bruins. But he's going to pick up 3. And it will be second down and 8, actually, it says on the scoreboard, with 2:23 left here in the first half. The first quarter. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Omar Jackson. Looks like he's changing the play. Looks like man-to-man coverage. Pitch out to Markalin Harrison. Penalty flag is down. Doesn't look like he'll pick up any yardage there. In fact, if it's called against the Archers, which I think it's going to be, by the way, the body language I see on the Archers, yeah, they're going to take that back 5 yards. So offensive penalty, illegal procedure. It's declined by the Bruins as the running back lost 3. So it'll be third down and 8. Two receivers to the left and to the right. Jackson coming to the near side, looking over the middle. Oh, wide open. Oh! And Amarin Green, they didn't have anyone within 10, 15 yards of him. He had the first touchdown of the season in his grasp and just let it drop to the field. He'll be thinking about that tonight. Kind of has a smile on his face. He knows that he had it. And so once again, Xavier Pedroza, who just tried a 54-yarder, this time he's going to see if he can make, it looks like a 48-yarder. The kick is the same. I think this one will go through, so we'll see how. Oh, and it's tipped at the line. Otherwise, I think it had the distance, but one of the Bruins got their paw on it, and so it's just shy. And so once again, the Bruins will take over on the 20-yard line. Bruins got to see if they can keep the ball, keep possession of the ball. They've had 2 pass interceptions already, and with that, Merso comes out with Edwards in his backfield. 3 receivers to his left, 1 here to the right. Hands off to Edwards, who's going to be dropped right about the line of scrimmage by the Archers. Nice open field tackle by the archer. I can't see his number. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. He picks up nothing. So with 1:27 left here in the first quarter, still no score. Oh, I take that back. The Bruins are up 6-0. And Edwards is going to take it right up the middle, and he's got a big hole. Finally, the Archers are going to pull him down. There's a flag that comes all the way. The referee who threw it about 10, 15 yards. I think they're going to call the Archers perhaps for a face mask. I think they call that actually a horse collar. And that could be a very, that's a 5-yard penalty. And so it's going to be 1st down and 10. Maybe it's inadvertent face mask, 5 yards. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far. Merceau calling out the play, looks down at his arm. 48 seconds with the clock running. Merceau's looking deep. And, an amazing try. And the Archer's going to be called. I believe that's number 4. Thomas Davis is going to be called for interference. Just got his arm. And so that's going to give a 1st down and move that ball up for the Bruins. So with 38 seconds left here in this first quarter, the Bruins are knocking on the door again, already leading 6-0. For a minute there, I thought the referees were playing hide and seek with the ball. I couldn't exactly tell where they were going to put the ball down, but the ball is now placed at the 42 of the Archers. Archers are going to have to dig in on defense. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Merceau with Edwards, who switched sides. Pass, and this time Merceau's going to keep it. Gets around the referee, and he's going to pick up a 1st down on the quarterback keeper. And the ball is going to be placed at the 30 or at the 25-yard line. So with, I believe it's 26 seconds in the quarter. Looks like the Bruins will be able to get off perhaps one more play. Merceau fakes it into the middle, now throws it. It's going to be knocked out of the way there by, once again, Eric Wilborn, who's made his presence, tipping a ball, getting a fumble, and then knocking that ball away. So he's done an excellent job so far on defense for the Archers. So with 10 seconds left here in the quarter, the ball's at the 25-yard line. Northrop up 6-0. Edwards gets the ball, goes up the middle. It's going to be taken down after about a 4-yard gain. Time has expired here in their first quarter with the Northrop Bruins 6, the Southside Archers nothing. The Archers have had 2 near misses for field goals, and yet they're still down 6-0 here on the second night of SAC football here at Southside High School. We want to thank Sports Center Inc., Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing for sponsorship of tonight's contest. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place your orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Clinton Street borders the east side of the stadium, and behind us is Calhoun Street. One point, Southside High School was the largest one-story high school in the country. It's now 2 stories and doesn't have that claim to fame anymore. Little pitch out to Edwards, dances around, finally looks like he's going to be taken down by the Archers, by Keyshawn Edwards, or excuse me, he is Keyshawn Edwards, taken down by the Archers. It's going to be stopped at the 20-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 5. So what will Northrop do? Merso is back out there again, so it appears they're going to go for it. Again, 4th and 5. Will the Archers rise up with their defense to stop the Bruins, who already have a 6-point lead? Merso steps back. He's being chased down, looking deep, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Northrop Bruins. Ben Aruza was right there in the back end of the end zone for the 20-yard pass. And so they go up 12-0 over the Archers. And now number 38, Tarek Bajoric, will attempt to get the extra point. He missed the first one in the first. And it looks like he makes it just inside the right upright. So now it's 13-0. Maybe in the back of the minds of the Archers, they think, well, last week Northrop was leading 14-0 against Homestead High School, and Homestead came back to win that. But at this point, the Archers are down by 13 with 11-12 to go after giving up 2 touchdowns. Deep for the Archers, we have number 15, McGraw, and I believe that's number 4, Thomas Davis. Majorek will kick off. Last time he kicked it deep over the head, and this time, though, McGraw, I believe, is going to bring that out to about the 17-yard line. McGraw is a junior. Stopped on the play by Chris Thomas. Ball's placed at the 19-yard line, where Omar Jackson will come out. Rowan Akers is out on the far side at wide receiver for the Archers. 2 receivers to the near side. Fake handoff, and Jackson looks down the middle, throws it to. Oh, nice catch by number 22 for the Archers, Everett Merritt. Everett Merritt, junior, and picks up a nice first down, but once again, there's some dirty laundry on the field, so the officials are conferring. Will they pull that back? 10:58 left here in the first half. Officials coming over to talk to the Southside coach. They're pointing to the Northrop's. It's going to be on Northrop. So that's 5 yards that he now 10. And we'll add another 5. Not sure if that was 10 or 15 by the way he stepped that off. Ball is placed at the 38-yard lines, 1st and 10. So after a nice pickup by Everett Merritt. And now Markalen Harrison bust in the middle. And number 57 for the Archers, adding a little extra beef. Isaac Johnson helps to push his running back up near the first down marker. It's going to be just shy. It's going to be 2nd and 2. So we have receivers split. 2 here on the near side, 1 to the left. Markalen Harrison is going to get taken down by number 60 in the backfield, Ivan Smith, 6'2", 305-pound senior. That's one big dude. Number 60. He and number 73, Rashad Moore, 6'1", 290, right up there in the middle for Coach Dorfler's defense. So we have 3rd down and 4 yards with 9:47 with the clock running. As Jackson looks in for the play, 2 receivers left and right. Markalen steps up. Now a fake handoff to Markalen Harrison, and Omar Jackson's going to split out to the right-hand side and just get tripped up by Ben Aruza. Aruza is the one who scored the last touchdown for the Bruins. But it is going to give the Archers a 1st down. Archers are so dangerous with their speed. Fake handoff there to Markalen Harrison. And Omar Jackson gets on the right-hand side. Now the officials have blown their whistle. Now we'll start the clock again. 9:17. No, not a handoff to Markalen, but taken by Jackson. This time, though, he's going to be driven back. So that fake did not work. There's no game on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Archers down by 13. 8:46 left in the half. Archers desperately need to get some points on the score, just to kind of get that monkey off their back of not scoring any points yet this season. Jackson back looking, runs out to the left-hand side. He's going to get taken. Almost taken. And now he's just going to get it out of bounds. He was out beyond the hash, so they're not going to call intentional grounding as much as the Northrop coaching staff wanted intentional grounding. Jackson was able to get it out of harm's way, and it'll be third down. He saved about 7 yards on that play. So the Archers, it's 3rd and 10. Ball's on the 21-yard line. Receivers left and right, 2 on each side. Markayla and Harrison all the way back to the 30. Now Markaylan's going to stand back to block, but it's not enough. And Omar Jackson's going to be pressured into throwing it incomplete. It was intended for Julian Resendez, but number 44 for the Bruins applied the pressure, Chris Thomas. Once again, Chris Thomas's name has been mentioned at least 3 times tonight. And so once again, the Archers are going to go for a long field goal. This time, Xavier Pedroza is going to put his little stand down at the 28-yard line, so it'll be a 38. So we're getting closer, whether or not he can get it through. And this time he doesn't get enough leg, and once again, he's 0 for 3 field goals. The Archers are just so desperate to put some points on the board. They've tried 3 long field goals and just have come up short. 2 came up short, and 1 was blocked. So with 8:12 left here in the half, the Bruins will take over on their own 20-yard line to try to pad their lead of 13-0. Mercer hands it off to Edwards. Edwards goes right up the middle. Looks like he's going to pick up about 7 on the play. Maybe 8, as the scoreboard says. 2nd and 2 with the clock still running. 7:53 left here in the half. And the Archers are going to get called for encroachment. So that will give the Bruins a first down. And the Archers are going to call a timeout. They certainly don't want to give up any more points in this half, already being down 13. I want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine. They're a proud supporter of athletes and athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you're participating in organized athletics, looking for friendly competition.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Their hands full. Concordia, who beat the Archers last week, is heading to Homestead, who beat these Northrop Bruins. How will the Cadets fare on the road, and will they be able to score enough points? Northside's at Dwenger. Will Northside be able to overcome all odds and beat the Saints? We'll see, or you can watch on SummitCitySports.com. And then Wayne is at Lures, and will Wayne be able to bounce back with over one of the top teams in the SAC? Keyshawn Edwards takes it, picks up maybe 2 or 3. Ball's placed at the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Northrop quickly gets to the line. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Merceau, who took over for Gavin Shanley, is the quarterback. He's going to try to throw it deep. And, and the Archers cornerback there was going step for step, but he didn't look back. And so Thomas Davis gets beat on that play by number 7, Devian Berry. Picks up a big first down. And so now with 7 minutes and the clock running, the Bruins are knocking on the Archers' door again. Merceau has receivers to the left and the right. Aruza has already scored a touchdown. Edwards goes right up the middle, runs into Aruza. Ball's going to be placed, it looks like, about the 18-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down by perhaps a yard. And so with 6:14 left here in the half, the Bruins offense is running on high-octane gasoline. Edwards once again up the middle, taken down by number 51, Corey Hanna. Anthony Shepard actually is credited with that tackle. And it's 3rd and 1, 5:52 left on the play, 52 on the scoreboard. Northrop leading Southside 13-0. And Northrop is going to call a timeout. Again, friends, we appreciate you tuning in each week to SummitCitySports.com. SportsCenter Inc. is one of our sponsors, along with Parkview Sports Medicine. If you, too, would like to sponsor and get your corporate name out there or not-for-profit, please contact Summit City Sports, specifically our owner, Jeff Mahoney, who will be happy to help you and talk about various options in sponsoring these games. We broadcast soccer, football, basketball, volleyball, and soon, I believe, we'll broadcast tennis as well as golf. Here comes the Northrop Bruins after getting their instructions by their coach, and a little liquid. Merceau fakes it, goes off to the right-hand side, looking over the middle, and intended for Aruza, but it goes incomplete. And so it's going to be 4th down and a short one. And looks like the Bruins are going to go for it. If you're sitting at home, what play would you call if you were the Bruins? Again, here comes Edwards, and he's going to go around the left-hand side, pick up the first down and more, tries to dance around. Finally, he's going to be taken out of bounds by the Archers. And again, I believe that's number 2, Eric Wilborn. His name has been mentioned multiple times tonight. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Archers, for the Bruins. They're leading 13-0 with 5:14 and the clock continuing to run here at Southside Jack Weichert Stadium. Bailey Merceau hands it off this time. Oh, he holds on to it. He's going to run through the tacklers. Touchdown! So Merceau keeps it. And he'll put the Bruins up by at least 19 with 4:59 left in the half. Tarek Bajorek will be trying for the extra point. It's up, and it's good. So now it's 20-0, the Northrop Bruins over the host, Southside Archers.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
So we will have to do this on delay for you, but we thank the hundreds and thousands of fans that take in these games and watch the area athletes on SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. You can like us on our Facebook page, or you can subscribe to our Summit City Sports YouTube channel. Jorick kicks off, but the whistle is going to be blown. Flag is down. Perhaps he'll be offsides. Offsides on the Bruins, so that will go against the Bruins. And so with 4:59 left in the half, with the Archers down 20-0, number 38, Tarek Bajorek, will kick off again. Standing deep for the Archers, number 24, I believe, Darshan Dunbar, or Benny Morales, or Daniel Olds. Again, it's very difficult to see these numbers. I believe that's Old, and it goes off his chest protector, and he just falls on it. I believe that's Olds. But then again, I'm hearing some scuttlebutt that, no, it's the Archers, that they do get it. Very fortunate. They could not afford to go down another score. I believe, again, that was number 34, Daniel Olds. It just hit his chest protector, essentially, his shoulder pads, and flew forward, and he was very fortunate because there was two Bruins ready to pounce on that ball. That could have been devastating for the Archers, who are already down 20 with 4:53 left. A little different formation for the Archers, as Markalen Harrison is going to try to move forward. Now he goes back, and nice block by Omar Jackson. Comes to the near side. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Will he make it? Touchdown, Southside Archers! The Archers have their first 6 points of the season. Markalen Harrison was nearly taken down at the line of scrimmage. Reverse, got a nice block from Omar Jackson, came to the near side, and his speed took him all the way down. Almost 70-yard run for the Archers' first score of the season. Now Xavier Pedroza, Javier Pedroza will have an opportunity to put the Archers up with 4:36 left. Bad snap, and yet the Archers are going to get not one but two. The snap was hit about 2 feet before the holder. I believe that's number 10, Greg Humphreys. He just picked it up and went on a beeline for the corner of the end zone. And so just like that, the Archers get a 2-point conversion now with I believe that's 36 left here in the half. Give themselves a little momentum. And now they're down 20-8. So again, Markalen Harrison, what a run. That's why they say he could be an unsung hero in the SAC. And so on that last possession when the Archers had nearly fumbled the kickoff, and the Archer just pounced on it just as two Bruins were diving down. The Archers pick up a huge run from Markalen Harrison. Now Xavier Pedroza is going to kick off for the Archers and see if the Archer defense, but there is a flag on the play. Probably another offsides, I'm guessing. Just like on the last possession, Northrop was offsides. Now it appears it's outside. Delay of game. So they'll be kicking that off again. So instead of kicking it off from the 40, Pedroza will pick it off from the 35. Back for Northrop, Devian Berry, number 44, Chris Thomas, and number 21, Keyshawn Edwards. Guessing the Archer is going to want to keep it away from Edwards is here on the near side. Pedroza trying to get that ball to stand up. Having a little issue. And now the Archer try to go up to hold it for him, but they're going to call the delay of game. That's going to cost 5 yards. So it looks like something wasn't functioning correctly with his tee. The Southside coach is standing out there at the near hash questioning, and it appears that the official is saying, hey, I started the clock, and so they're going to call that delay of game. And so now that's 2 delay of games, and now the ball is back at the 30, and the Archers are going to have someone hold the ball as Pedroza comes in for the kick. So now the return men for the Bruins come up to the about in between the 25 and the 30-yard line. Once again, the whistle is blown. Nice kick, taken about the 20-yard line. And Chris Thomas is going to take it, now runs to the far side. He's going to be taken out of bounds. What a great run back. And it looks like the ball is going to be placed at the 45-yard line. where Northrop will still have 4 minutes and 28 seconds, up 20-8 over the Archers. Archers really need to have a big play or a stop here to go into halftime, riding the wave of that great run by one of their leaders, Markalen Harrison. We'll see if they can stop the Bruins here with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Again, Merceau in for Shanley, who left after one of the first plays of the game with an apparent leg injury. Now Edwards is down, holding his leg, maybe holding his knee. That could be devastating for the Bruins. And once again, Parkview Sports Medicine trainers head out to the field to check on number 21, Keyshawn Edwards, a 5'7", 180-pound senior. Edwards last week against Homestead was the leading run.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion, introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. You know, they might see a number and say, wow, you know, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, you know, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete
in the back up running back in motion, and there before that ball is hiked, or as it's hiked, a legal procedure called on the Bruins, so they'll march them back 5 yards to the original line of scrimmage or close to it. And actually a little bit past it, and it's going to be 2nd down and 11 with 4 minutes and the time winding down here in the first half. Now 2 receivers left and right. Number 25 is now in the backfield, Thomas Vasquez. Next to the backup, Bailey Merceau. Merceau sprinting out to the right-hand side. Will they get him? And they do, the Archers. Again, I wish I could tell you that number, but it's just nearly impossible at twilight to see. It looks like number 9, Daryl Reynolds, but I'm not 100% sure. Just again, it's tough to see that Kelly green on those gray uniforms. So 3rd down and 10, 3:04 left here in the half. Ruza goes into motion, and timeout with 1 second on the play clock. So the Bruins call timeout. It's 2:54 left here in the half. The Bruins are up over the Archers 20-8. Again, on a beautiful evening here at Southside Southside High School and Jack Weichert Stadium. Jack Weichert was the principal of Southside for many, many years. Perhaps I shouldn't admit this, but he was my principal when I graduated in 1987. Again, we appreciate all of you listeners tuning in here on SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. You can like us on Facebook at our Summit City Sports page, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. After watching this game, encourage you to look at Carroll and Snyder, Concordia at Homestead, North at Dwenger, or Wayne at Lures. And perhaps if that's not enough, you can check out a volleyball match or a soccer match that Summit City Sports has called or broadcast here this next week. The Northrop running back, Thomas Vasquez, who's in for the injured number 21, Keyshawn Edwards, picks up maybe 2 or 3, and yet it's going to be 4th down. So for this first time, Bailey Merso, who also serves as the quarterback for the Bruins, will punt it away. Back deep is McGraw for the Archers. It's heading toward McGraw's. He's just going to let it bounce. Almost went off. One of the Archers takes a Northrop bounce, and the ball's going to end up, looks like about the 2-yard line. So with the 2 minutes to go, and the Archers down by 12, they're going to have to avoid the safety that they had last week against the Cadets. And they're also going to have to try to go 98 yards to get another score. .25-second clock will start as the Archers go out into the field. And everybody's kind of stacked in the middle. Nice quick handoff for the Archers. And ball's going to be taken out to the 5-yard line. There's so many bodies stacked in there, I couldn't even see who ran it. But with 1:40, with the clock still running, the Archers have a little bit more breathing room than they did before. I see that the spotters here at Southside are having some of the same issues that I am, trying to see those numbers. 118, Jackson. Oh, throws it out to Markalen Harrison, goes off his fingertips, and that's going to stop the clock with 1:14 left here in the half. 3rd and 7 for the Archers. Archers definitely don't want to give it back to the Bruins, down by 12. In case you're wondering, the Archers received in the first half, so it would appear that the Bruins will take the kickoff when the second half starts. So again, 1:14, Archers down by 12, 20-8. Markalen Harrison dances up to the line, comes through a hole, and he's going to be shy of a first down by about 5-6 yards. Northrop immediately calls a timeout with 1:05 left on the clock. It's going to be 4th down, and on the clock here, or on the scoreboard, it says 4th and 7. ball on the 5, but I don't think that's been updated. So I think it's 4th down and maybe 4. Pedrosa's out there to kick it away. Northrop Bruins again call a timeout. Are you in need of screen printing? Sports Center Inc. is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thank you again, fans, for tuning in tonight, whether you're on your phone, tablet, or on your computer, or perhaps if you have one of those other devices, perhaps you're watching on the television. We appreciate you choosing to watch the Southside Archers host the Northrop Bruins. One of these teams is going to win their first game of the season this year and go 1-1, and the other will go 0-2. So now Pedrosa, who's standing back in his own end zone, is going to kick it away. Nice rush. And Barry's going to take it, but he's going to be brought down at the 40-yard line. And so with 57 seconds left, the Bruins will see what they can do to muster some additional points. Ball placed at the 40. Merceau comes out. He and Gavin Shanley, who were scheduled to have a quarterback controversy, or at least in a quarterback battle, that was initially won by Shanley, but Shanley was hurt about the 3rd or 4th play on the defense. Merceau fakes it, now throws a nice tight spiral, but right into the arms of the Archers, and that's the second interception of the game. That's Omar Jackson. So the second interception of the game for the quarterback for the Archers, Omar Jackson. Is a nice tight spiral, but it was right into the breadbasket of the Archer quarterback. So with 47 seconds, see what the Archers can do. They can pull another play out of their back pocket to get a little closer to these Bruins. Omar back, looking, throws it about as far as he can. Oh, almost caught by number 18. That's Bert Ford. He was on his back. Omar Jackson threw about as far as he could with 39 seconds left on the clock, and Bert Ford just could not come up with it. That's a great throw. What I'm told is Omar Jackson's one of the top athletes, and he demonstrated that with his arm. The official's going to call the official's calling a timeout because the Southside receiver, his shoulder pad was not covered. Omar Jackson fakes handoff, looking for running room, coming to the outside, trying to break it out. He's finally going to get out of bounds, but he's going to pick up the first down. So nice fake handoff. Now number 18, Bert Ford, is down on the field, and once again Summit City Sports trainers go out to attend. You wonder, after that long run that he nearly caught that big pass just moments ago, you wonder if he maybe has a cramp in that left leg. No, that happened late in the game last week with Concordia. So now again,
None of us can see numbers at Southside.
no.
We have no idea who's that.
The announcer for Southside, Bud Hamilton, longtime announcer here at Southside, just came over and said, none of us can see the numbers of Southside, which is so true. Being a longtime announcer for soccer and football, basketball, I could not agree more that these teams, no matter how cool they look, if we can't see their numbers, it really makes it hard for us to call the plays. It's one thing when you have a high-definition camera looking down on the field where you as fans can see it, but we up here in the press box can't see that far, especially when it's green on gray. So it's first down and 10, 31 seconds left here in the half. The Archers trying to tack on. Omar's and just man-to-man coverage, almost intercepted, but I believe it was taken in by Amarin Green, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards on that reception. The clock is stopped. And it's because I was wondering why it was stopped, but Southside had called a timeout. So it's 22 seconds left. Ball is placed at the 30-yard line. Amarin Green brought that in, nearly intercepted in a close bang-bang play by the Northrop defender, but Jackson was able to thread that needle. So when time resumes, there will only be 22 seconds. 2nd and 3 with the ball at the 30. What will the Archers do to try to tack on more points? I will tell you that Xavier Pedroza has already tried 3 field goals, and I think they've all been about this place or behind. He's just been short, but I would think that the Archers, if they run short on time, wouldn't hesitate to try yet again. So this time we've got receivers, 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Jackson back, looking downfield, right over the middle. Oh, and through the hands of Everett Merritt. Merritt caught a nice pass earlier in the half for a nice pickup, but that one just goes through his hands. So we have 16 seconds left. Jackson comes over to get some instruction. Play clock has 20 seconds. Game clock has 16 seconds. Jackson hustles out. Nine seconds now on the play clock. The Northrop players are asking their fans to make noise. Jackson takes a low snap, backs up, looking, being chased down, and he's just going to come out of bounds here. Almost tackled out of bounds, but number 44, Chris Thomas, did a nice job of stopping before hitting the player, which would have tacked on another 15 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 2. The ball's at the 29-yard line. What will the Archers do? They've got 9 seconds left. The play clock has 16 seconds. And Pedroza's going to try I believe that's nope, they're going to call a timeout for the Archers. Ball's placed at the 36-yard line, so if he kicks it and you add 10 yards, that would be a 46-yard boot. When I was in high school, there was a player at Southside by the name of Mike Hollingsworth, and I believe he made a 57 50-yard or 52-yard field goal. I'm sure that gets longer as the years go by. But Mike Hollingsworth had an incredible leg, and I know in practice he could hit him well over 50, and this is within that. I'm not sure in those days if soccer players, I don't even know how popular soccer was back in those days, but now with soccer being so popular, most of these teams, their place kicker is also on the soccer team, and I know Pedroza is. At least he has been. So with 9 seconds and the Archers down by 12, Pedroza takes a three-step drop. And here's the snap. Put down. Nice low kick. Oh, just a couple yards from going over the end post, or the goal post. And so Pedroza's been close, but close, I guess, only counts in horseshoes. So he's 0 for 4 on the night. But in fairness, nothing's been a gimme. And if nothing else, the ball gets placed at the 20 for Northrop versus perhaps running a play where they get blocked at the line and the ball gets placed at the 30 or 35. So now with 4 seconds left to go in the half. Speaking of halftime, if the Southside band performs, we'll try to bring that to you. I don't see them out in the field. And Northrop's just going to take a knee, and that's going to be the end of the half with the Southside Archers trailing here at home 20-8 over the visiting Northrop Bruins. If we're able, we'll try to get some stats for you if they have them here. And we'll come back in a little bit to we'll give you an update as we do look on the field, across the field. Gavin Shanley is hobbling off with his knee tightly bandaged, so that does not look good for tonight's starting quarterback for the Bruins. So with that,
while the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion. Introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. They might see a number and say, wow, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and high-level Division I athletics, where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility, they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed, just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
Welcome back to the second half here at Jack Weichert Stadium, where the Northrop Bruins lead the Southside Archers 20-8. This has been a tough game, even though they're winning for the Bruins. They've lost, at least for the game, apparently. Number 2, Gavin Shanley, their quarterback, as well as number 21, Keyshawn Edwards, their running back. Both are leaders on offense for Northrop. But Bailey Merso has come in, as well as number 25, Thomas Vasquez, for the Bruins, who will receive this ball here at the start of the second half here at Jack Weichert Stadium on the campus of historic Southside High School. Once again, you're watching SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Facebook at Summit City Sports. Like us there. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Or you can follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Ball is taken out by Barry from about the 1. Tackled, nice tackle from behind. Very difficult to see the numbers here. Appears to be number 14 for the Archers, Keyshawn Bass. But the ball does come out to about, I think they're going to place it around the 15-yard line, where the Bruins will take it over 1st and 10 here to start the second half. Archers have tried and failed with 4 very long field goals. And yet they've scored a very long, about 60-yard run back by Markalen Harrison. Bruins are going to pick up a first down to start this second half with a run by number 22, Rayshawn Vaughn. Vaughn is a 5'9", 160-pound junior. And it appears that there's an Archer down. That's not good. Number 2, Eric Winborn, who had an outstanding first half. He caused a fumble. I believe he caused an interception and has had nice tackle as well. So tough to see Eric Winborn, the junior, down on the far side as both teams take a knee to start here on this second half. 11:44 remaining. Things have just got started after the halftime break. The Parkview Sports Medicine trainers are on the far side attending to him. While they do, we want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine for their sponsorship and their support of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. It's good to see Eric Winborn walk across the field on his own power. Looks like he's just holding on to the back of his leg. So you wonder if he got a stinger or if he got some other kind of hamstring injury. I believe that's a quarterback keeper. And picks up about 5 yards, be 2nd and 5. Ball's inside the 30-yard line. 2 receivers here to the near side, 2 to the far side. Merceau calling out the play. Quick handoff to number 22, immediately taken down by, I believe, number 16 for the Archers. That's Brandon Eldridge. So it's 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 32, 10:37 with the clock still running. Merceau barks out the play. Hasn't drawn anyone off sides. Looks down at his wristband. Talks to his running back, Vaughn. Hands off and gets it thrown away, but overthrows the intended receiver, Aruza. There is a flag on the play. Southside officials can't believe it. Looks like it's going to be roughing the passer. Costly penalty for the Archers. They're going to march off the penalty, and that's most likely going to be an automatic first down, 15-yard penalty. Wouldn't even have to be an automatic first down. It is a first down because of the number of yards marked off. So it's going to be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 47. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near. Oh, wide open. And if it weren't for quick thinking by the Archer, who I cannot see who it is, kicks him or gets him out of bounds. Doesn't kick him, he just pushes him out of bounds, but the Bruins pick up another first down. So Merceau just let that play develop, then threaded the needle, and once again the Northrop Bruins are in business. And there's another Archer. This time he's just tying his shoe. Some confusion by one of the Southside Archers as to how to run the play, and the coach is making sure that he emphatically knows what he's supposed to do. So once again, Merceau with single back in the backfield, hands it off quickly, and he's met right at the line and taken down by whole quiver of Archers. It's number 22, Rayshawn Vaughn, the 5'9" junior. So he's going to lose at least 1. It's going to be 2nd down at 11 with 9:39 left here in the 3rd quarter. Once again, Merceau with Vaughn in the backfield, looking now to the left near side, and just overthrows the intended receiver, Barry. The Archer defense was right there, but it's 3rd and 11 with the ball at the 29-yard line. The Archers can ill afford any penalties or even another first down here, as they're down 20-8 here in the 3rd quarter. they hope to come back and win their first game of the season. Merceau looking. And the Archers, he's going to get away, and he's going to get to the first down marker and beyond, just as a quarterback keeper. I believe that's going to move the chain gang forward. If not, it's going to be real close. The scoreboard says 1st and 10. And now the chain gang is asked to move forward. So with 9:07 and the clock running, with the Bruins up 20-8 with 9:02, the Bruins are on the verge of another score. Now quick handoff to Barry, goes around the right side, snuffed out by the Archers, taken down with maybe just a short gain. It's going to be 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 9. The Archer faithful and Section K continue to stand, continue to cheer for their team here on this first night of SAC football at Jack Weichert Stadium at this historic high school. Vaughn continues to be in the backfield as there's 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Merceau checks his armband. Is he going to pitch it out? Nope, he's going to run, and will he get in? No, he's taken down close to a horse tackle by the Archers, but he's able to stretch the defense, much like Shanley is able to get out in the open field, so becomes a threat not only with his arm but also with his feet. Merceau is 5'11", 170-pound junior. Now 1st and goal from about the 3. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pitch back to Vaughn, and he's going to go to the corner of the end zone, and it's called a touchdown by Vaughn. So with 7:33 here in the 3rd quarter, the new running back for the Bruins, Rayshawn Vaughn, 5'9", 160-pound junior, goes in on the left-hand side. It's number 38, Tarek Bajorek. And there's going to be some yellow laundry thrown down in the field. See what's called. The Archers are going to be called for an offsides. So they'll move that up, I believe, half the distance to the goal. The kicker for the Bruins basically stayed in a frozen position. Offsides again by the Archers. This time on the near side. That penalty is declined, and Majorek continues his frozen man position. Ball's down, quick kick, and it's good. So now with 7:33 left in the 3rd quarter, the Northrop Bruins have expanded their lead to 27-8 over the Southside Archers. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Summit City Sports. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like us on our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can catch all the SAC action right here on SummitCitySports.com. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your friends. Have them tune in to SummitCitySports.com. Other games taking place tonight: Carroll at Snyder, Concordia at Homestead, North at Dwenger, and Wayne at Lures. Next week, the Archers will stay here at Southside to take on Dwenger, and Northrop will return home to Spooler Stadium to take on the Wayne Generals. We're your local provider for Summit City Athletic Conference football, basketball, soccer, and several other sports. So check us out at SummitCitySports.com. Davis is going to turn the field. Will he be able to get through? And he could go all the way. Oh, but he gets just tripped up after a beautiful return. Thomas Vasquez for the Bruins is able to just trip him up. So beautiful run back by the Archers. And so that's going to give the Archers good field position at the 44. So about a 50-yard run back with 7:20 of the third. Handoff. Probably Markalen Harrison. Nope, that's number 34. Daniel Olds. He's going to pick up a couple, and it's going to be 2nd and 8 with the ball down at the 42 with 6:55 with the clock churning away. Two receivers to the left. Handoff. Nope, fake handoff. But now Jackson's going to take off. He had a wide open receiver downfield, but he obviously didn't see him in time, and so he heads out of bounds where the clock doesn't make it out of bounds, though, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 with the ball at the 42. Archers really need to keep this drive going. They want to make it interesting. Two receivers left and right. Jackson not under center in the shotgun. He's looking. Oh, and the intended receiver was number 8, Julian Resendez, and just goes off his hands and falls to the ground. So it's going to be 4th down. And it appears the kicking team is going to go out for the Archers. Pedroza heads on out. I don't see that he has his kicking tee this time, so it looks like he'll actually punt it away. The Northrop Bruins have 2 deep. Barry and number 10, Schreiber. Nice high kick takes an Archer bounce, and it's going to be down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. So an excellent kick by Pedroza. Comes off with his gold or yellow cleats. He obviously appreciates his golden foot. Great kid, the times that I've spent with him. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 with the Bruins backed up on their 3 yard line. With 5:50 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Receivers left and right with only one in the backfield for Merceau. Quick handoff. Nope. Fake. Oh, wide open is the receiver for the Bruins. almost a 38 yard reception for the Bruins. Now we have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Great play action pass by Merso. It just seems to be getting more and more comfortable. Now he fakes the handoff and runs out of bounds, hits the yard marker. We'll see how close he is. Probably just going to be maybe a yard short. 2nd and 1. Number 51 for the Archers runs out in the field. That's Corey Hanna. So now 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the far side. Handoff into the middle. And number 22, Vaughn. It's going to pick up the first down. So Merso really starting to find a rhythm between the run and the pass. And the ball is definitely moving. The Northrop Bruins on this possession started at their own 3 and on about a almost 40-yard pass play, just shy of 40 yards, maybe 38. The Bruins have certainly started to take up some real estate now. Once again, Vaughn has that tucked inside. Vaughn is in for what appeared to be an injured Keyshawn Edwards, and he's beginning to chew up some yards. Isaac Johnson, I believe, was on the tackle for the Archers. Ball's at the 39-yard line, 2nd down and 7. 2 receivers left and right. Vaughn still in the backfield. Merso looking. He's going to be pressured. Gets it out to Barry. Barry's in the middle, trying to find some more real estate. Oh, fumbles the ball, and it looks like it could be picked up by the Archers. But no, I was incorrect. It's recovered by the Bruins. And so a beautiful run by Barry. Coughs it up, but he may even pick that up himself in a fortunate way. And so now it's 1st down and 10 at the 16-yard line with 4:07 left here in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Merso really mixing it up between passing, running, and play action. Looks back to his coach, see what else they may want to do. Looks like he might have changed the play. Calls out the signal. This time he's going to pitch it out to number 5. That's Jeremiah Green, 5'9", 160-pound sophomore. So a 2nd and 5. Appears that the ball is on the 10-yard line. The Bruins already up 27-8 over the Archers, trying to tack on another score. Archers make a quick substitution. Now we come to the near side, and Merso is going to sneak in. Touchdown! Another 6 points with 33 on the clock. And that takes it to at least 33-8. Bajorek is going to try for his another extra point. The ball's down, it's up, and it's good. So now it's 34-8. The Northrop Bruins over the Southside Archers. That's the second touchdown of the game for Merso. Second touchdown of this quarter. And so right now the Northrop Bruins are up 34-8, commanding lead over the host Archers. That was one of the questions that the Pig had, was whether or not the Archers could keep up in terms of offense with the Bruins. Bajorek is going to kick off. Two Archers are deep. The lights have taken full effect here at Southside Archer Park. Temperatures in the 60s. Across the way, the Northrop cheerleaders getting their exercise as they're doing push-ups to keep up with the score. The Archer, he dropped it initially, but he picked it up and then brought it out to about the 25-yard line. And it appears like an Archer may be down on the play, cannot see his number, and so the officials have stopped the clock at 3:26, asking for the Parkview Sports Medicine people to come out onto the field to check on the downed Archer. Once again, we want to thank Sports Center Inc., Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. Both teams take a knee while the athletic trainer looks over the Archer that's down on the field. Nothing quite like calling games here at Southside, where we're right in the middle of a South Central neighborhood as the Archer gets up. And as he walks over to the sideline, he's getting assistance from two of his coaches. Again, I cannot see his number. We obviously wish him well. Oh, that's number 3, Marin Green. Thanks to my videographer, David Mortensen, who gave me the heads up. Marin Green plays on both sides of the field, not only as a receiver, but also on the defense. Hopefully Marin Green will be okay. Definitely frustrated. He's hurting. Now the Archers have 1st and 10 at the 26. They hand off to Markalen Harrison, and he dances out to about the 30, about just shy of that, picks up 3, 2nd and 7. It's 3:09 with the clock still running. I actually live in the Southside neighborhood, and you can hear the announcers and the band whenever I'm not here at the stadium. Could be a late hit, and but no flag thrown. Jackson attempted to give it to Markalen Harrison. Then he kept the ball and just picked up maybe one on the play. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and a long 4. So 2:46. As I was saying, it's always great to have these games in the neighborhood. Always appreciate when the fans from the community come out as well, or to watch it here on SummitCitySports.com. Nice throw down the middle to Everett Merritt. Nice over-the-shoulder catch. It's going to be taken down at the 36-yard line. So nice reception by Everett Merritt, the junior, outstanding athlete. Caught that in full stride to give the Archers a first down with 2:36 left here in the third quarter, and the Archers down 34-8. I forget sometimes that I have to hit the score, but thankfully that will be taken care of by our production staff at Summit City Sports. They do such a good job in the back end in post-production, and we appreciate what Jeff Mahoney and the others do to put these games together. Truly a wonderful blessing to our community as Markalen Harrison fights for what appears going to be another first down. So with 1:44, and there is a flag in the play, perhaps a little extracurricular activity after the play. We'll see what the officials will call. Appears that it's going to be called on the Bruins. The official is going to come over and explain it to the Southside coach. I didn't quite understand the signal. But they march off 5. Oh, it is a personal foul called on the Bruins. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. The Archers had already picked up a first down. So with 1:43, the Archers are going to have 1st and 10 at perhaps the 17-yard line. And play action pass, and nice catch this time by, it appears, number 14 for the Archers, Keyshawn Bass, who's listed as the fullback in the depth chart for the Archers. So nice play action pass. And so it's 2nd down and a long 1. Ball's placed at the 9-yard line. Archers really would like to have another score. They have 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Low snap, but Markalen Harrison has it, and he's going to, looks like he's going to get to about the 5 before he's gang tackled by several Bruins. So it'll be 1st and goal. Looks like number 50 or 56 for Northrop, who took him down. If it's number 50, it's Jacob Malecki. Now with 1st and goal, Jackson hands it off to Markalen Harrison. He's going to get pushed back, but he's going to make forward progress. Going to pick up maybe half of a yard at most. Now with 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Harrison trying to get his second touchdown of the game. He scored in the second quarter with 4:36 left on an amazing play that spanned, I believe, 60 yards. He's trying to get a little shorter. This time, play action, fake, and Jackson tries to get around the corner, and oh my goodness, they called him down, but Jackson was able to get away. The Archers are not going to be happy, thinking that they blew that whistle too soon. But it's going to be 3rd and goal, and he's going to lose a ton on that. And that's the end of the third quarter here at Southside's Jack Weichert Stadium, with Northrop 34 and the Archers 8. Want to thank once again Parkview Sports Medicine. They're a proud supporter of Fort Wayne athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. So as we now go to the fourth quarter, the Archers are going to have the ball at Northrop's 12-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision. So I got great.
One here to the near side. And play action. Down to the back of the end zone and just tipped away at the last minute. Jackson's pass just goes off the hands of the receiver, but there's a penalty in the backfield. So will that be called against intentional? I'm not exactly sure what. Personal foul, roughing the passer called against Northrop. So two big penalties called on this drive alone, I believe. This one, roughing the passer. The other was just a personal foul. So it's going to bring up an automatic first down, and the ball is going to be placed at the 6-yard line. So that's half the distance. So the official picks up the dirty laundry. So with 11:54, the Archers still have life. Two big penalties called on the Bruins. That's not going to make Coach Storfler happy for the Bruins. Now, backfield. And the Archer running back, whoever it might be, is trying to keep his legs moving to get, that's Markalen Harrison. It's a formation I had not seen the Archers use. There was no receivers on the left or the right. Just the Archers were in the I formation. So he's brought down just within the 1-yard line. And once again, we go back in that same formation. Jackson is going to go right up the middle with the keeper. The ball ends up in the there is a touchdown. I'm not sure if it was Jackson who pushed it in. The football ended up in the back of the end zone, and the Archer picked it up. So now at 11:08, the Archers First score of the fourth quarter. It's now 34-14. I'm going to give that to Jackson, but because it looked like it was just a quarterback keeper with 11:08. And the Archers are going to go for two. Oh, my. Intended receiver had it right in his breadbasket, and he was ready to put two more on the scoreboard, but whatever it was, he gave it up. I believe that was Everett Merritt that dropped that, and I apologize if it wasn't. Again, it's nearly impossible to see the letters for these Archers, but he was wide open and just bounced out of his hands, and so the Archers are down by 20 with 11:08 here in the fourth quarter. Southside Band playing their school song as the Archers sing their alma mater to the school that has no equal, to our dear old Southside High. I try not to show my biasness, and yet I did graduate from Southside in 1987. Hard to believe that's I believe 30 years ago. Back in those days, John Hester was the Southside football coach. The Archers actually played where the parking lot is now for Southside High School. Jack Weichert Stadium was built after the stadium, or after the school was remodeled. Looks like the Archers are setting up to do an onside kick. Officials have blown their, nope, and they're gonna be called on the Archers. It's not the normal kicker for the Archers. Now the Archers looks like they're going to try to hurry up and kick. We cannot see the number. Can't see the number of who's kicking off. And it's just he's going to wail on it and knock it out of bounds. And it's going to go out of bounds. Ben Macias was the kicker. Some unusual play calling, perhaps, but yet by the look of the sidelines, it appears maybe the kicker was confused, because now the ball is going to be placed at the, I believe, the 40-yard line. The officials are conferring now with 11:08 left. So the Bruins, after all of this, will get the ball at the 40-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Up 34-14 over the Southside Archers. 11:08. Hand off to Vaughn. He's going to not make much at all. Maybe pick up 2. So with the clock running, 10:50 left in the game. It'll be interesting to see what the Bruins try to do to just milk this clock, or will they continue to try to work on their offense in preparation for the Wayne Generals, who will come to Spalding Stadium next week. Fake handoff and it's a quarterback keeper. Merceau is taken down. Perhaps a loss of 5 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. But the clock continues to run now with about 10 minutes left in this game. Ball's placed at the 38-yard line. Merceau, who entered the contest after the starting quarterback, Shanley, was injured. Vaughn just runs up to the middle. It's going to bring up 4th down, and Merceau, who is also the punter, is going to punt it away. McCall for the Archers, I believe, is going to be deep, but there is a flag called. The officials counting the Archer players. Appears there's too many men on the field for the Archers. So that's going to give Northrop 5 more yards to help their kicker. So with the clock running now, 9:07. Low snap, almost blocked, but he gets it away, and the Archers run away from it. They don't want to touch it and then have Northrop take possession. Number 50 for the Bruins, Jacob Malecki, downs it at about the 27-yard line of the Archers. Well, they'll take over 1st and 10 with 8:55 left in this game. Again, we want to thank you for joining us tonight on SummitCitySports.com. Markalen Harrison trying to bounce out to the outside. Gets taken down, but looks like he'll pick up maybe about 5-yard line. He's going to come off hobbling a little bit, and number 34 for the Archers, Daniel Olds Jr., will go out the field of play as Markalen stretches his ankle. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Got a new quarterback, it appears, for the Archers. And, Everett Merritt nearly pulled that in. Correction, that is not a new quarterback. Jackson is still in for you still have to keep it. It's recording here. Now a quarterback keeper, and Omar Jackson sprints through the middle, looking to see if he can make it all the way, reverses the field, being chased down, and he's going to score as the Southside faithful go nutso. Wow! Another one of those long runs, this time nearly 70 yards for Omar Jackson with 8:25 left in the game. Omar Jackson guts it out into open field and sprints past, pulls up, jukes a couple players, and goes in for the score. So 8:25 left here in the game. Omar Jackson, the big run, almost 70 yards. He and Markalen Harrison, they're having a competition in who can score the longest touchdown. They're real close tonight. I think Omar got Markalen by maybe about 10 yards, but wow, he made it into open field and he was gone. The Archers, once again, they're going to try to go for a 2-point conversion. They're 1 for 2 in that area tonight. Receivers split left and right. Omar Jackson look in the middle, and will he get in? He backs into the end zone. So the Archers are 2 of 3 in the 2-point conversion area tonight. And now they're down just 12 with 8:25 left. It's now 34-22. This game is not done. There's still 8 minutes and 25 seconds left. So if I had that call right, Omar Jackson has scored 2 of the 3 touchdowns for the Archers. Markalen had 1, so Jackson had maybe a 1-foot run, a nearly 70-yard run. Markalen perhaps had a 60-yard run. So the Archers still have life here. Remember last week when Northrop was hosting Homestead, Homestead scored in the fourth quarter 22 answered points, and they overcame their deficit to the Bruins, and the Spartans beat them. So again, the Archers are still not without hope that they too can pull a surprise tonight over Northrop. Appears that the Archers may be lining up for an onside kick. This time, Javier Pedroza. And it's going to go to the 10. Oh, but the Bruins, even though the ball went 10 yards and had a nice little skip up, number 4, Thomas Davis, that's an Archer, Ty Smith for the Bruins, comes down with it. So the Bruins are going to have a short field. The ball's at the 50-yard line, just shy of the 50-yard line with 8:23. I don't think too many of the faithful have left. Section K is up. The band is playing. Excitement is in the air here on the south side. Timeout is called by the Archers. What an exciting game. The Archers have shown their speed and athleticism. Meanwhile, Bailey Merso's kind of had a coming out party. Merso has scored 2 touchdowns, and Omar Jackson for the Southside Archers has scored 2 touchdowns. Archers are still down by 12. Think about those 4 field goals that were missed by the Archers that were so close. Archers still have some work to do, not only on the defensive end, but also on the offensive end. Officials conferring at the middle of the field. Time has been started. At least the play clock. Merceau back in the shotgun as the Archers look like they're coming in for a blitz. And are they going to get him? They do! Merceau gets taken down. Big loss. Number 14 for the Archers, Keyshawn Bass. Outside linebacker. He came in and put Merceau down with some of his fellow Archers. That ball's going to be placed at the 41. So it's going to be 2nd and 19 with the clock continuing to run. 7:47 left here in the game. Archers look like they're coming again. They're coming right up the middle. Oh, nearly intercepted by the Archer. Again, hard to see his number, but yes, number 9 for the Archer, Daryl Reynolds, defensive end. Also serves as a wide receiver. He nearly had that, but you can tell he was thinking 6 points and then some. 7:34, time is stopped. Archers down 34-22. It's still exciting as the football team asks their crowd to get loud. It's 3rd and 19. Merceau going deep and intended for Barry, but he overthrows. So it's going to be 4th down. The Archers are not out of it. It's 7:29 left in this game. They dug themselves a pretty big hole, and yet they've scored the last 2 touchdowns. Markalen Harrison comes running out onto the field. Thomas Davis back for the Archers. Merceau's the punter. And the Northrop Bruins are going to call a timeout. It's always exciting here in the press box when the coaches and the spotters and the various participants get excited. Just goes to show the excitement of IHSAA football, and especially and specifically the SAC football. Both these teams are obviously hungry for their first win of the season to go 500 or 1-1, where the other will fall to 0-2. 7:29, Archers down by 12, 34-22, but they're going to get the ball back. The Archers have shown they can score in a hurry. Their last 2 touchdowns were only separated by about 3 minutes. Merceau is back. Oh, almost blocked. And the Archer that's Markalen Harrison. You could tell they could see that the defender was going to hit him, and yet he was able to catch the ball and fall on it right there at the 26-yard line. So with 7:23, the band playing, the cheerleaders cheering, the crowd getting excited, even with the Archers down 12. Omar Jackson waiting for the play with 15, 14, 13 on the play clock. Another player runs onto the field, number 7. That's Tajon Smiley Tabron. And Omar Jackson keeps it again, runs out to the right-hand side, and he's going to pick up a first down. Seems like Omar Jackson has been able to kick it into another notch. Not only is that a first down, but it also stops the clock. So with 7:16, looks like the Archers have new wind in their sails. And after last week, perhaps Northrop's just wondering if they can hold on. Oh, and the Northrop offensive lineman jumps off sides. So that's going to give the Archers another 5 yards without any time going off the clock. Rowan Akers enters the contest for the Archers. So the ball is placed at the 41-yard line. It's 1st and 5. 7:16 left here in the game. Omar, he's going to go right up the middle again, and he's going to pick up another first down. So Omar Jackson, being a one-man wrecking crew, he's going to pick up the first down. The ball's going to be placed, looks like at the 47. 7:07 left. With that first down, clock stops so they can move the chain gang, or move the chains. Archers trying to keep quick pace offense. Jackson now flips it out to Markalen Harrison down to the right-hand side. He picks up 5, 10, 15, 20, and knocked out of bounds. The Archers are on the move. And that running game. And that's another first down, another clock stoppage. Now the Archers are in the Bruins territory. Ball's placed, looks like about the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, out the Archers just down by 12. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Omar Jackson looking. He throws it as far as he can. Oh! Oh my goodness, as the coaches go nuts here in the press box once again. Tajon Smiley Tabron, the ball was right in his grasp. He would have fallen, I believe, right into the end zone. The coaches can't believe it. And yet he tried. 2nd and 10. Ball still at the 37. Omar Jackson threw it far enough. But as the Southside Archer was falling to the ground, the ball just fell out of his hands. So here we have 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Omar Jackson, this time he's going to hand it off to Markalen Harrison. He's going to make another first down and more, and he's also going to get out of bounds. So now with 6:41 left in this game, Archers down by 12. It's 1st and 10. And the ball's going to be placed. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think that's about the 23-yard line. Markalen Harrison and Omar Jackson, they've been eating up some massive yards. Omar Jackson looking to throw again. This time going to be taken down by number 44, an outstanding tackle. Once again, I call out Chris Thomas, the 5'10", 185-pound freshman. According to the roster, what a treat for Coach Dorfler to have a freshman. Schools like Southside don't even have freshman teams, so not only was that a big tackle as it pushes the Archers back to 2nd and 17, but the clock keeps running. So 6 minutes left. The Archers going to have to see if they can get that momentum back. Now and another drop pass. Omar Jackson threaded the needle, put it right there in the receiver's hands, and once again comes up short. If there's any consolation, the play clock is stopped at 5:50. But that is just something that the Archers have had so many drop balls tonight. That is something they're going to have to clean up as they face even tougher competition in the weeks ahead. Omar Jackson back out to Markalen Harrison. There's nobody in front of him. He's going to try to juke around the whole host of Northrop players. He's going to get back to about the original line of scrimmage and then some, but it's going to be 4th down with 5:29 left in the game. Northrop was playing more of a preventative defense, and no matter how much he juked and tried to get them to miss, there was about 6 on the tackle as Northrop players are all congregated on the other side, all jumping up and down, employing their defense to stop the Archers. Omar Jackson trying to get rid of it. He gets away. This time he's going to throw it in the deep end zone. He's out of bounds. Out of bounds. The official was right there in the back of the end zone. How disappointing for the Archers, because the Archer receiver actually caught the ball, but he was said to be out of bounds, and the official was right there. So, wow. My dad told me early in life there's no ands, ifs, or buts in high school sports, and wow. Just so difficult for the Archers. They're still not out of it. It's 4:55 left in this game. They're down by 12. Now they want their defense to stop this Northrop offense so their offense can get another chance. The Archers look like they're going to try to run up the middle. And Northrop quarterback Bailey Merso is going to pick up a first down on the overzealous defense of the Archers. So now 4:48. He did go out of bounds, so that stops the clock. He goes out at the 37-yard line. You got 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Barry, that's on the far side. He's been an excellent receiver. And now Vaughn goes up the middle, just takes some time off the clock, maybe picks up 2 or 3. The clock continues to wind down. I'm sure that this last quarter will be one that the coaches will use for the Archers to motivate them next week as they host the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Meanwhile, I'm sure that the coaches for Northrop will continue to use this fourth quarter to teach more defense and another quarterback keeper, and Merso is going to pick up another 3 or 4, just going to be shy maybe by 2 yards. This clock continues to run, 3:48 left. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 with the ball at the 46-yard line. Again, this has been an entertaining game. A lot of points scored, some great runs, some great receptions, even some turnovers. Archers looking to blitz, and Merso is going to try to go around the outside to escape it. He is going to pick up a first down. Clock stops at 3:18. So time really starting to be a factor here against the Southside Archers. One of the great features of SummitCitySports.com, we have Players of the Week, and there's generally 10 that are selected, and then they have highlight reels for those players. Just another thing where we're supporting and encouraging these athletes. Archers, again, all pressed up against the line. And Vaughn is going to get it this time, tries to cut back, and he's going to be taken down by the Archers. 2:45 left. Northrop up 34-22. Been an exciting fourth quarter here at Jack Weichert Stadium on the historic campus of Southside High School. And while it appears that the Archers are going to go 0-2, they've definitely come to life here in the fourth quarter. And I'm sure Coach Northfleet will do what he can to continue to motivate and work his players. Another quarterback keeper this time, and the Northrop quarterback, Bailey Merso, spins for another first down. And so that will stop the clock momentarily as they move the chains. First and 10 at the 31-yard line, according to the scoreboard. I want to thank our videographer tonight, David Mortensen, once again for providing the camera shots for you. Three receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Vaughn's going to take another handoff and try to bounce outside almost to the first down marker. In fact, knocks the chain down, but I don't know if he made it. .137 left. And looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1 from the 31, the 21. My guess is they're going to give it to Vaughn again, or Merso will take it himself. That's been the MO on this last drive, and it appears that the Bruins are going to pick up another yard. Maybe a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8, sorry. Ball's placed at the 21-yard line. 1:14 left, 1:13. Don't forget, next week, Southside will host Bishop Dwenger, and Northrop will return home. Merso is going to get gang tackled there at the middle of the field. And it's going to be 3rd down. Appears that the Southside Archers are going to call timeout here with about 35 seconds. So as we said,
with active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Two. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
In terms of time remaining, 3rd down and 9. Merceau is going to hold it again. This time he's going to be taken down, not before he picks up 2 or 3. Again, the Archers play tough. They play hard. They don't have as many numbers as some of the other schools, and yet Coach Norfleet, has them giving their all, giving their best. Very happy for the coach for the Northrop Bruins, Coach Dorfler, as he is going to lead his team to victory tonight, 34-22 over the Southside Archers. Again, excellent game with some highlights reels for both sides. We appreciate you joining us here on SummitCitySports.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports, on Facebook at Summit City Sports, or on our YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to. Encourage you to take a look at the highlights from all the SAC action at Summit City Sports. Tell a friend or a neighbor. Have them watch. I don't know of another community that does what we do in bringing these games to you throughout the SAC. And that's quite the tribute to the great work of Jeff Mahoney and his team. And we thank you again for joining you. My name is Michael Mortensen. I've been your broadcaster tonight with our videographer David Mortensen here at Southside. We'll be back here at Southside next week when the Southside Archers look for that first win of the season. They go 0-2, where Northrop goes 1-1. And we'll be back here next week, hopefully live with the game action. Till then, thanks for joining us. We thank Parkview Sports Medicine.